everyone, and welcome to my 2020 bullet journal setup flip through. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to film this all for you all. I had a family emergency over December, and so both my 2020 and my January setups have to be flip throughs this time around, but I do hope you enjoy them all the same. I am working out of 2 notebooks this year. This is my K-pop bullet journal that I already use and will be continuing with, and then this is my new Dingbats notebook for at least up until June. I'm not too sure how long it will last me. I try to get at least 6 months out of all my books, but this is my first time using a Dingbats and I'm not sure how well it's going to go, so let's just see how that goes for me over the next few months. But so far I am okay about it. I do have some cons, but I will probably get into that in another video. Let's get into looking at my setup. So for 2020 I have gone with a very simple theme using some paper pads I got from the craft store before Christmas. I got a huge one. It's called Antique Essentials by Kaisercraft, and it had the most beautiful paper in it, and one being this typewriter picture. I had to cut it down to fit into my book, but once I saw the words Once Upon a Time, I thought it would be a perfect cover for 2020. Not only am I a writer, but I'm also a romantic, so just hearing the words Once Upon a Time just makes me so excited. On this side here I have my year at a glance. I decided that I would give up some of my index because I really just don't use it. I have attempted to, probably will not even see that page ever again, but for now I've tried, and this side I've put it here. I'm so glad I didn't make any mistakes setting this up because I normally always do. On the titles here, and I added in the 2020, I used my new stamp set that I got, and I've just really enjoyed using them. They're so cute, even if I get them all out of line. That kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's also quirky. And I've used a lot of the paper that came off this cutout for my titles. Flipping over, as you can see, this is my future log. I didn't like the pre-set up lines that they gave you. Like, you can still see them down the side here. Maybe for a horizontal setup it would work, but for me vertically it didn't work out at all. The spacing was not even, and so I decided that I would make my own. That is why I covered the lines at the top with the paper, because it was really bothering me. So another thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is that the titles, not very happy with them, but you live and learn. And I also made a little error here with my pen where my hand slipped. Otherwise it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to be a place where I jot down all the things that are happening and I can populate into my monthlies as I go. And because this bullet journal is only set up for hopefully 6 months, I've only gone ahead and used one side of the second future log, and then I've chucked my goals on this side here. I have a lot of goals that I want to be working on in 2020. I will be doing a bigger page, I think, in my collections bullet journal, not in here. These are the ones that I just want to focus on for quarter 1 and quarter 2, and I will be filling out as I come to see them fit. For my words of the year, I have gone with 3 of them. Last year and the year before I've had a lot of health changes, and I feel as though I could have done better at times, so I want to hold myself accountable in 2020 for all my actions and how I process my health especially. But I also want to have grace towards myself when things don't work out. I am very self-critical, and I think half of my failures have been because I've gotten so critical about not doing it right that I've kind of just given up, and that's not good. Not me either, so definitely want to try and be a bit more grateful for myself and show grace. When I do make mistakes, it's only a delay. I can always continue, and then celebrate all the steps I make, big or small, because I think we overlook this a lot in life, and I really want to incorporate this into my affirmations of almost every day. And then on this side I just did a little quote to match in with that, using some paper from another paper pack, which is the Uniti Vintage paper pack. I will try to link all of this below if I can find links online. Moving on, these are 2 spreads I found on Jashi Corin's 2020 setup, and they resonated with me. I do wish I had put this in my collections bullet journal because, like I said, I hope this book only lasts me 6 months, but it would be nice to see what I can achieve in 6 months, and maybe I'll be able to get all 20 done. I don't know. Over here I have a place to do monthly tasks and make sure I'm keeping on top of them. I just haven't thought of what things I do every month that I want to put down just yet. On this side, I've got my weight loss tracker because it's a huge focus of mine this year, and then my social media growth. Last year I only tracked my Tumblr growth. This year I wanted to track a little bit more of all the social medias that I use and see where I can improve. And then finally, I have my when it was last done page. It's so important for me to remember when I last did things. I actually forgot in the flurry of the festive season to write down when my farrier appointment for my horses were due, and now we are behind. So it's just things like that where it's really important to have dates. And then I've just done a separate section over here for things that are to do with the horses and that I forget to do. So I've left this page blank just in case my list gets very long. That's my guinea pig making noises in the background, by the way. Yeah, just in case this list gets filled up pretty quick. I don't know how long it will take me to fill it up, but that's pretty much all for my 2020 setup in this book. Let's move on to this one. It's not too much more that I have to share with you, but I did think it would be important to share all the same. And so this book I use predominantly for my writing setups. I also like to track things in here that are to do with K-pop, memorable things that happen, or albums that I really enjoyed that I had thoughts about, just anything. It's just a fun notebook for me, but predominantly has become a place where I store my future ideas for writing and everything. If you don't know, I run a writing blog on Tumblr, and it's very important for me to have it all organised. So for my cover page, I went with some more paper from the Antique Essentials. I love this paper because it's all little bits of stories and little tales, and I thought that would be perfect since I write so many different stories that it would be cute to have this on the cover page. On the side here we have a book card. I think this is adorable, and what I did was I actually put some of my titles in from 2019 and put the little dates when I posted them. I really wish I had put this in order, but I just wrote down the titles that I loved writing the most and then filled them in. So I think that's a really cute touch. And then mostly what is happening in this book is my fiction calendar. I was so frustrated because I keep putting like little calendars. Let me see. Where are we? Back here. I'd have random calendars in the middle of different months setting up for ahead because I was ahead of my schedule, and so I decided that this time around I would do a Dutch door system at the start of the year and just set them all up. So as you can see, I have spaces for every single month of the year, untouched so far apart from the lines, because I want to set them up as I go with the themes, hopefully. Yeah, that was my idea. Here is January, just a quick show, just what it will kind of look like when it's filled in, and I will be putting washi tape along each side so they're a little stronger to hold. This is just the washi tape that I'm using for this month in my K-pop bullet journal. So that is all for my 2020 setup. I hope that you enjoyed having a quick look through with me. If you have any questions on my setup or anything you would like to see a bit more in depth, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope that your 2020 starts off amazingly and continues that way for the rest of the year. Thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you all soon in my next video. Bye for now.